a text, call a friend, tell them that you're tuned in to Living Single, from Chantel Monet. Send a text, call a friend, tell them that you're tuned in to Living Single.
It's our first episode of Living Single.
Created with free version for now.
And we're going to dive right into it with our main event topic. Today is going to be about doing all the right things but still single. And we're going to have a health segment. We're going to have question and answer. So if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them on Facebook Live. You can even call in. The number is 855-493-6499. And you can call in with your questions or your comments. You can comment on the Facebook Live also, and during the question and answer segment, we'll get to those. We're going to have the health tip of the month and our quote of the day. So we're going to get started right now with our topic for today is doing all the right things but still single. So, have y'all ever had somebody say to you, I'm doing all the right things and I'm attracting all the wrong people? So, you want to be like, oh, what should I say to them or what should I do? And you should tell them forget all the right things, because doing all the right things isn't the right path to take. You're attracting the wrong people because the people you're attracting are coming because of what you're presenting. So if you're attracting the wrong people, you should check what you're presenting to them. And if you're doing all the right things that people tell you to do, that's the stereotypical thing to do when you're a single person looking to be dating or married or engaged or what have you, then that's what you're presenting to them, and that's what they were attracted to, but that's not really who you are. And so you got to forget all the right things so you can be yourself and be who you truly are, and take the time to focus on yourself and develop yourself and learn who you want, who you are, who you want to become, in that moment, in those moments of singleness, in those moments of waiting. It's the perfect time to grow as yourself and to figure out the track you want to take on in life, the things you want to do, the things you want to accomplish, the visions you have that you would like to accomplish, goals you have set for yourself. Never compromise or settle because you're tired of being single, because it's a process. You're gonna have to wait anyway. And in learning and taking that time and learning yourself and becoming who you're supposed to be, everything will fall into place when it's supposed to. But when you're forcing it, it won't work out. And so when you're doing all the right things, that's you forcing it, just in case you didn't know, because you're trying to fit the stereotype and follow the blueprint that somebody else did for their life. That blueprint worked for them, but maybe you need to create your own blueprint, or you need to, find your own path into this thing. And, it's very possible to be complete, confident, and content, yet being single. I know it's shocking. Like, how can I be complete, confident, and content, but I'm single? It's very possible. You can be confident in who you are, complete by having life balance and living life, and content with where you are, knowing that more can be added, but even if it's not, that you're okay. That you're okay with however the wind blows, that you're okay with what happens in your life, and you can be complete, confident, and content, and those things will position you and put you in the right place for where you want to be, so go follow your dreams, go get those properties, start those businesses, go date on your own, go shopping, go get whatever you want to do and get. You don't have to have somebody else right there by your side to do it. They can come, they can come afterwards, and that all will be well. Go after your heart's desires. Refocus on yourself. Spend this time doing self-care and your self-work and self-improvement, and get yourself in the right position, right alignment, the right process, posture, so that when somebody comes, that you'll be prepared, not not when they come, you'll be wearing your mask and being the person that they are they're looking for, but that's not truly you. Be yourself. It's very simple. You don't have to, become who somebody else wants you to be. If you be yourself, the right people will align, the right people will follow you and come in your life. And not just even relationships as far as intimate relationships, but friendships as well, because we a lot of times become friends with people of a certain class or stature, not because of who we truly are, but because of what we see or what we think is nice. But if we were honest with ourselves, we can't afford to go spend where they spend, or we can't take this amount of time to do this because maybe we have families to attend to or what have you. So just be true to who you are, and then being true to who you are, the right people will come in your life and the right things will come to you, and you'll be in perfect alignment. But that only happens when you take this time of waiting as time for self-improvement, for self-care, as time to position yourself in the right place and get yourself on the right track. It's not selfish to focus on yourself. Like, you're single, you're not accountable to a certain type of person. Maybe if you do have kids, you're responsible for them, or maybe your parents or what have you. But all in all, your responsibility is yourself. That's your first responsibility, taking care of yourself, getting yourself right, and making sure you're okay, because if you're not right, you're not good for anyone else as it is. So you need to take that time to focus on you, whether it be through prayer, whether it be through fasting, whether it be through shopping, whether it be through journaling, whatever your niche is, whatever your thing is. You need to take time and align yourself in that manner. And don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to live life just because you're single. Don't let your singleness keep you hostage, or let your singleness keep you bound in a state of feeling depressed or miserable just because you don't have someone to do life with. But you have yourself, you have God, you have the ability to breathe every day, the activities of your limbs, and you should get up and enjoy each day that you have. Don't take it as a moment to pity in yourself or wallow in your own pity, but take it as time to move forward, to go do the things that you want to do. So yes, get up, go get your coffee by yourself, go to the movies by yourself, go shopping by yourself. My favorite thing, go just spend time with yourself, get to know yourself, learn yourself, love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, nobody else can or will, no matter how hard they try. And just embrace who you are, all that you are, all that you have to offer, and put that in your forefront of your mind. Take the time to write it down, so you have a plan and a vision to go forth, and that you can work out from that point. Don't push things to the back burner or to the side, because you're trying to seek out relationship instead of seeking out yourself and all the things that you want to do and want to accomplish in life. Being complete, content, confident, it all goes back to that. Those are things you can do. Those are things that you should aspire to become or to fulfill, because it's very possible, and you'll live a more fulfilling life when you do those things, when you become complete, confident, and content as a single person, because you're living your life to the fullest potential and to the max. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to live life. We're not here to be pity. We're not here to be depressed or to be stuck in the bed because Valentine's coming up and you don't have a date. Date yourself. Like, it's simple. Get some friends, have a game night, or take yourself out. Anything you want to do, but you don't have to be pitiful or sad because you're single. Like, being single often gets a stereotype that you're lonely. You don't have to be lonely just because you're single. You can live your best life being single. Travel the world, do what you want to do, see the world, meet new people, learn new things, visit new places. Don't spend time searching out people, but search for yourself. It all starts with you at the end of the day. So that was our main event topic. And now we're going to have our health tip of the month. And again, if y'all have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section or call in. the number is right, there. But for everyone listening, it's 855-493-6499, because I will be answering questions and comments in a little while. But so, as you all may know, February is Heart Month, and the heart is one of the most important organs of the body, and it's our responsibility to take care of it and to take care of our heart health. And so this month's health tip of the month is 7 ways to take charge of your heart health, in ways to embark on a heart healthy lifestyle to fight heart disease. Heart disease is one of the number one killers. And so the first tip is to get physical. It can be 30 minutes, it can be 15 minutes, it can be walking, running, it can be in the gym, it can be outside. Just get physical. The second one is to eat healthy. Change up your diet. Start small. It doesn't have to be a drastic change, but you can start small. Maybe you're gonna eat more salads than you ever ate before. You're gonna drink more water than you ever drank before. And that goes down with the next one, which is cut down on salt. I know we love to put salt on everything, but you need to cut down on this so you can have a healthy heart. And next is to control your cholesterol, which is very important. And another is to quit smoking. If you're smoking, stop today. I know it's really, it may not be that simple, but when your heart's dependent on it, it is. Quit smoking. That's like number one everywhere that you're looking for as far as heart tips or health tips go. If you're a smoker, they're like, quit smoking. If smoking was in your past, leave it in your past. Don't, bring it back. And also maintain a healthy weight. And that was good for me, working on it, and I know other people will be working on it too. And then lastly, stay positive. You may not accomplish all of these tips in one day, or you may set out to accomplish them and you may not do it, but don't give up on the first day just because you didn't accomplish all of them. Or maybe you wanted to go to the gym, you didn't have time, or you wanted to eat a healthier meal, but instead it wasn't available to you. Don't give up in that moment just because you missed out on it that one day. Stay positive on the journey to health, to be healthy, to have a healthy heart. Another important thing also is to schedule a yearly checkup. The best way to do that is schedule it on your birthday. You celebrate your birthday every year, go to the doctors, get a checkup, find out where you stand as health wise, especially dealing with your heart. You don't want that to sneak up on you or anything like that, because you want to live a long, prosperous life. Remember, because you're trying to travel the world and accomplish all your goals and be married or dating or whatever you're trying to do. But you can't do that if you're up in the hospital because you didn't take care of yourself. So, get physical, eat healthy, control your cholesterol, cut down on salt, quit smoking, maintain a healthy weight, and stay positive. Those are the tips to take charge of your heart health and embark on a heart healthy lifestyle. So guys, remember, put your questions, your comments down there, and I'll be answering them soon or interacting with them soon. So now is Mo's motivational moment, and I'm just going to start that moment with a quote from one of my favorite people, Miss Maya Angelou. It says, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And that's just very inspirational to me, because I enjoy the company of other people. I enjoy, bringing laughter to people, being in their presence, and just learning and gleaning from others, getting to know people, networking and things like that. And we often focus so much on what we're saying to people, like, oh, did I say the right thing? Oh, did I do the right thing? But you'll know that you did the right thing on how they're feeling when you leave the conversation. It's not so much about what you're saying, but it's about your presentation of what you're saying. It's about the passion behind what you're saying. People can tell when what you're saying isn't genuine. They can tell when what you're doing isn't genuine, and so therefore when you leave there, you'll leave bad vibes, or they'll feel a little off. But when you're being genuine, when you're speaking with passion, and when you're speaking with confidence, you'll leave people wondering more about you, wanting to know more about you, wanting to know what you do, maybe, or how you are who you are. And I like personally to leave people whose presence I'm in by them either laughing or thinking. And so, if I could bring you joy in that moment, then I'll do that. Or if I can leave you thinking, more about whatever the topic may be, something that you can work on, something that you can do as you go forward in your life, then so be it. But it leaves them with something. I don't ever like to leave people without anything, and it may not be nothing physical, but it's a feeling that gets them through. There's like, oh, there was something different about her, or oh wow, that was a really nice young girl. And so I just encourage everyone that when you're meeting new people, or even with people that you already know, that you consider how your presence impacts the atmosphere. Consider how you're showing up for your friends and showing up for these people that are close to you, your family, your loved ones. Consider that and know that it's important, because later down the line, they may not remember what you told them. They may not remember what you were wearing, or what car you were in, or anything like that, but they will remember how that moment made them feel. And if it was a moment that made them feel great, or that changed their life in a way that they weren't expecting it to, they're more than likely to remember that as one of their great memories, and to be able to recite it back to you, and maybe you have forgotten it. But if you're someone who comes in the atmosphere only to take from it, then I encourage you to start presenting yourself in a manner where not only do you take from it, but you leave something also, that when you're gone, that it makes people want to talk about you in a good light. That it doesn't make them want to say, oh, who does she think she is, or who does he think he is, or anything like that. But that you would show up and leave, and when you leave, that you'll have just as much power in your absence that you do as your presence. And so that's all for Mo's motivational moment. And now, anybody have any questions or comments, this is your time to call in, or I'm gonna look on Facebook and see if you have any. But it's 1-855-493-6499 again to join the conversation. And we're talking about being yourself, and I want to know, like, what are things you do to be yourself? What are things you do to realign yourself when you feel like you've fallen off from your self-care, or when you feel like you just need to get back to center? Like, leave some comments about that in there so I can read them aloud. I know personally some things I do, well, definitely is prayer, and then shopping at Rainbow, my favorite store. I go to Rainbow and it just gets me right every single time. Every single time. It never fails me. Some people like to go to the mall. No, I'm just content at the Rainbow. And music also. And then journaling. But those things just remind me of who I am, my reality. Because sometimes we can get so caught up in what we're seeing around us, or what we're seeing, maybe on social media, on television, that we kind of lose track of our own realities in life, and that the positions that we're in, like, we don't have 12 cars, and you can't just be messing them up, or you don't have that bank account yet where it doesn't matter when you get paid, or you can just be spending money everywhere, or you just don't have the money to pay a hairstylist to give you that good weave, I guess. And so it's those things put you back in the reality of your situation, realizing that this is where I am, but that it's okay, you know, being content with it, knowing that I'm okay here. I know that better can come, but if it doesn't, I'm okay with being right here. And you know, it's a mind work first. You know, you change your mindset about things, you'll be better off. But I can tell you that once you start doing your self-care and once you start working on yourself, that even when you have those off days, those days where, you know, everything seems to be going wrong, or that you're not as confident as you once were, it's a lot easier to get yourself back on track, because you've taken the time already to prepare yourself and give self-care and self, you know, motivation. And, you know, because you've done that for so long, you have the ability to counteract that negative feelings that you have and counteract those moments of uncertainties, and you can do that by affirmations, which I encourage, you know, morning affirmations. You can do it by devotional, by prayer. It's all up to you and your way of handling those situations. There's no one right way, but I just wanted to share some other ways that, you know, that other people handle them, that you can just try it out and see if it works for you, because you got to start somewhere. And it's very important that you know who you are, because if you don't know who you are, no one else will know who you are either, and they won't know who they're dealing with on what day. Multiple personalities, because you're not even comfortable in knowing who you are. So today you might show up as, like, you know, maybe a rock star, and tomorrow you could be a reality TV star. I mean, you know, you just never know. Like, you don't know who you are each day because you're not sure of who you are, so you just go where the wind blows and you take on what you see, or what people you know, present to you, or that you've seen, you know, maybe on TV, social media, like I said. And so that's why it's so important to know who you are, because even when you see those things, when you start to wallow, like, oh, I wish I had, you can, you know, center yourself back and be like, look, this is all I have right now, and I'm gonna make that work. I'm gonna use what I have until I can't use it anymore, or until I gain more, and just be prepared for what's coming ahead, because, you know, there's greater that is going to come, but it won't come to a place that's not prepared for it. So that includes preparing yourself, not just preparing your outer being, but preparing your inner being as well, preparing your mind, preparing yourself totally, you know. Living single is not just about, oh, you're not going on dates, or you're not doing this, but it's about living the life that, you know, is that you make for yourself. It's going out, it's, as you know, like with yourself, going on adventures, doing things like that. I love going on adventures. I love traveling. I love riding road trips by myself. Have no problem doing it, and it's fun, and it's, you know, something I love to do. But it's about that, you know, living single you don't have to be stuck up in your room all day, or in your house, or sitting on the couch. You know, there's more to life than just your daily routine. And so this is just about giving you ways and tools as to becoming a whole being, you know, not just coming half full, but being a whole being. And so that things can add to you, not you're taking so much from other people, and that you can give things also, because it's necessary. You need to live, you know, like it's not about what you have as much as it's about where you go. And that just means where you go in life, where you go mentally, you know, where you give yourself the ability and the opportunity to travel to, or to experience things. You know, life is about the experience. It's not about the material things you have. It's about the memories you make, the adventures, the meeting of new people, the conquering of fears. You know, it's being daredevil. It's being everything that you're meant to be, without the fear of your own fears holding you back. And so I just encourage you to become and be confident in who you are, where you're going, no matter what's going on in life, no matter who comes and who goes. You stay confident in who you are. You stay confident in knowing what you have to offer, and you stay confident in knowing that things can be better. More things can come, and in you doing that, you don't even know who it will impact in your life. All it starts with one. A revolution starts with one person. And so you could be that one to make that change that sets the new tone for, single living, that you don't have to just do it one way, that you can live a happy life. It's not a sad thing to be single. It's not a miserable thing. It's not always lonely. If you're lonely, then, that's okay, I'm sorry, but it's not like, it doesn't have to be that way. You can live your best life. You can do everything that you want to do, that you're meant to do, and enjoy it. It doesn't have to be somber. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I wish, and that only comes when you change your mentality and you change your mindset and you change how you show up to yourself first before how you show up to other people. And again, going back to how you change the atmosphere of a room. And so, stay confident, become confident, become content, become complete in living single, and just enjoy the ride. It's not about what you have, but it's about what you do, where you go. And so I just want to encourage you to live life, love God, and don't let your singleness define you. You are who you are because that's who you're meant to be. Not because, oh, I'm single, that's why I'm this way. No. That's not accurate. You're this way because you're allowing that to control your life. When really, you could be the president. You could be, the next congressperson in your city. You could be the next rapper, the next basketball player, the next volleyball player, the next Olympic gold medalist. The choice is yours. It's up to you. But that only things like that only come and are only completed once you attempt to go after them. Once you decide that you want to live your life to the fullest, and you decide that your life is more valuable to you than a relationship, that you value you as a person, and you value your life and what you have planned, what your goals are set, and what's destined to you. You value that more than an intimate relationship, because when that time comes, they'll help build you. They'll help you build up your ideas and your goals and everything. But for the time now, you need to live your life. No matter who's in it, who's not in it, no matter who comes today and who goes tomorrow, your life is your life, and it's meant to be lived. It's not meant to be wasted. Every moment of every day is meant to be spent doing something wonderful. Even if you're at work, make it a wonderful time. If you work somewhere that you enjoy, it's never work either. Fun fact. So just make it great. Live every day like it's your last, but knowing that you have more to come. I got faith. And just enjoy the moments, make memories. Take those memories and cherish them and use them as going forward. And just be yourself. And remember that singleness is not the end, but you can live every day. Thanks for joining us today.
living single. Chantel Monet, send a text, call a friend, tell them that you're tuned in to living single. Chantel Monet, send a text, call a friend, tell them that you're tuned in to living single. Chantel Monet, send a text, call a friend.